PLAYTIME! Yay! Here's a picture of me as a small child, trick-or-treating on Halloween as Mickey Mouse. Yeah, whoever took this picture decided I was only half relevant to it. Some of you younger folk might be asking, what's up with that Mickey Mouse costume? Why would Mickey Mouse have a weird design print on his chest with a picture of himself? Welcome to the world of Ben Cooper Inc., an American corporation that made Halloween costumes from the late 1930s all the way to the late 1980s. Today, when you think of a costume of a licensed intellectual property, you expect that the costume will look like the property. If you wear a Captain America costume, you will be dressed as Captain America. That's what a costume is by definition. But it wasn't always like this. Ben Cooper Halloween costumes tended to involve a plastic mask held on by a string, and a strange vinyl smok that oftentimes featured art of the character themselves. There were exceptions. For example, this C-3PO costume actually looks like C-3PO. But all in all, this was pretty much the standard for Halloween costumes of popular characters all the way into the late 80s. I gotta tell you, these costumes are scary in their own way. Look at this cat costume. Look at this clown. Things got really weird when the masks were real human faces. Like the Fonz here. Or oh my god, I could wear Bo Duke's face. Today, Ben Cooper costumes are valuable collector items, especially if they're still in their boxes. Just look at some of these asking prices on eBay. Yikes. But today we're going to take a quick look at the Ben Cooper Godzilla costume. I have one here, and it's not in great shape because I really don't want to go broke buying this. I have seen different boxes for this costume. I have this one, which is under the Famous Faces name. I've seen other designs online. This one here has Godzilla art on the cover. What is he, attacking himself? While other boxes have him as Godzilla, King of the Monsters, mine doesn't say anything on the front, actually. Oh, here we go. The side says Godzilla. And as you can see, this is an officially licensed Godzilla product. There are some interesting notes on the back here. Look at how the first point they want to make is that it's flame retardant. Now, I do remember playground rumors of these suits being highly flammable, and you'll still see people say that today online. What an interesting thing to feature. Can you imagine you go to Party City to buy an Olaf costume for your kid, and the first thing the sales guy tells you is, this absolutely will not catch fire. Also, don't wash it, or you'll lose that protection. And it will catch fire. It's non-toxic. Again, I didn't know toxic Halloween costumes were a problem. Color bright. The most brilliant fabrics and decorations are used, consistent with character design. Are you sure about that? Next, they're bragging about the giant eye holes, and it's like, just don't. These were not comfortable, and you need to turn your entire head to see your peripherals. And let's talk about the mask fasteners permanently attached. Oh, you mean this half rubber band you stapled onto the plastic? Alright, let's see if this costume is, quote, consistent with character design. Nope. I'm not confident that most people looking at this mask would guess it's Godzilla. You can forgive the mask for having a very flat snout, but what's with these yellow horns on his head? Godzilla's got big red eyes, and then one upper row of sharp teeth. He's spitting out 4 little fireballs here, but kinda looks like he just shoved a handful of candy corn into his mouth. Let's put it this way, if I designed this monster and went public with it, I don't think Toho would sue me. But let's move on to the smok. There are a couple different versions of this smok out there. I have this one. There's an attempt here to replicate Godzilla's scales with these yellow accents. Then we have a picture of Godzilla himself, and he's still got those horns! His eyes are super red and really bulging out here, like somebody just shoved a hot pepper in his butt. He's just vomiting pure fire straight down to the legs, which are entirely red. So I guess when you wear this, your entire lower body is just fire. So much for flame retardant, am I right? The other version of the smok ditches the scales and just gives you the Godzilla art. I don't currently own it, but I should also mention there's a Ben Cooper King Kong costume. This one's art is based directly off of the 1976 remake poster, and in that regard, yeah, it's pretty accurate right down to his hot red lipstick. This one smok tries to replicate his body hair, and of course has Kong on it. Jeez. Why do I feel like every Playtime video I do somehow gets back to the Twin Towers? So, that's the Ben Cooper Godzilla Halloween costume. The price for this on eBay will vary based on condition and what have you, but I'd only recommend adding this to your collection if it has nostalgic value to you, or if the focus of your collection is this 1970s American-made memorabilia. In terms of masks, I'll stick to my more screen-accurate Godzilla mask, thank you very much. Actually, this mask isn't even officially licensed, and it's not even sold as a Godzilla mask, but instead labeled as Fire Dragon. For those of you wondering, I got this at a pop-up Spirit Halloween store where they were sold 2 for 99 cents. I don't have much else to say about this Ben Cooper Godzilla costume, except I'd like to see if these things really are highly flammable like they say.
Yeah! Uh-oh, here comes a bit.
Andy, are you dressed up for Halloween?
Trick or treat, boss. And it better be a treat.
Too late, it's a trick. Look, the sponsor appeared.
This video is brought to you by our friends at buy.jp, the service we use when we want to buy items from Japan, or bid on auctions in Japan. Signing up for Buy is as easy as watching this video. Just click the link below and make a free account and you'll get some free money. Plus, it helps the channel.
Signing up for Buy takes seconds and you get 2,000 yen of free shopping money, which can get you more than you think. Even if you're not buying, it's just so fun to window shop. Every day feels like a convention.
Thank you, Buy, for sponsoring this video.
Monster Island plush.
Oh, Dr. Hackett's sack! Are we safe? I'm afraid not, Martha. Not after that wolf bit me. And the moon is full, but there's a bigger problem. What's that? I'm already a vampire.
Well, trick-or-treaters are here. Happy Halloween, kiddies! What do we got here today? King Ghidorah and Godzilla. More like King Ghidorable and Godzilla. But cute. There you go. Remember to eat it before you open it. Wait, that's not right.
Are we safe?
I wouldn't count on it, Martha. The giant beast can hear from miles away and can probably hear me finishing this very sentence, revealing our hidden load.
Happy Halloween! Hamsters! What, are you all dressed like Godzilla? Godzilla's a popular costume this year, huh? There you go.
The zombies are breaking through our barricade! What are we gonna do? I'm gonna try diplomacy! Say here, Mr. Zombie Man! I was wondering if you'd be interested in
Happy Halloween! Andy! You live here! And you're always wearing that costume! Get inside!
Just comfort me with your hand on my shoulder, and your other hand on my waist, and your other hand on my...
Happy Halloween! Happy Halloween! Hey guys. We're mummies! Mummies! Suko mummy! You know toilet paper is not cheap, right? Give us candy! Fine, here, take it. Yay! We're gonna get diabetes! Wait, what? You're trying to get Wait, come back! Diabetes! I don't even know what just happened there.
We did it! We defeated all the evil in the world, even racism!
We sure did, Martha. We sure did.
Aw, man, I missed the ending. Here we go. More trick-or-treaters. Yeah, so when I opened the door, Manila and them threw toilet paper at me, and they toilet papered the house. It's 2-ply. Alright, come on, help me roll this up. This is the premium stuff, baby. Thanks for saving me a fortune, suckers! Yup, you read the video title right. Circus Caper. This lesser-known gem for the NES hit the shelves in Japan in 1989 and in the US in 1990, putting it right between Godzilla and Godzilla 2. We're talking about this shit-tastic game on our show because it was released by Toho, and it does have an appearance by 2 of their famous monsters. So, what do we rate Circus Caper for the Nintendo Entertainment System? Half a star! Oh, so that's what happens when a game gets half a star. I'd hate to see what happens when a game gets no stars.
Well, I never promised you guys that after we hit a half-star review, I'd call my high school crush Jessica Newmeyer and profess my love live on YouTube.
We'll just put that phone there, and we'll give her a call right after this review. Anyway, let's play Circus Caper.
What is this, a secret code? Is the cat walking on the keyboard? K-boy!
Jesus, this game is either dusty or haunted.
There's a citywide carnival in progress.
Attractions being a circus, in case it wasn't clear.
So a little boy and girl who are siblings get called over to the Barker, inviting them into a circus tent. Wow, how wonderful, brother! And then it stops. It looks like she's talking like Hulk Hogan. Like, how wonderful, brother! So this girl, Judy, is all about the circus, but her brother Tim is short on money. Too bad! I'd give the game a better rating if that's what happened. But no, we have to play this shit. What the fuck? Oh good, a mysterious clown is at the entrance. This always ends well. Roll these? If he whips out his balls, I'm gonna be very disappointed. I fucking hate clowns, man. The clown rolls the dice, and you win 1 ticket to get into the show. Judy says sorry, and then, oh, Jesus Christ, I knew this game was haunted!
In the name of Jesus, we cancel the assignment of the enemy! Ishtelera Rosa! Ishtelera Rosa!
So since they have 1 ticket, they agree to let Judy go alone and Tim will meet her after.
Mr. Magic. Call me Mr. Magic. I have your sister now, kid. Wow, it's more like Mr. Asshole, am I right?
Did you laugh at that joke? Fist bump your screen if you laughed at that joke. So the game begins, and it's a side-scroller where you can jump and punch and earn prizes. Ah, this guy keeps respawning, huh? Oh, he's forever. This is forever. You can go inside these doors to play mini-games. The fairy says, let's take a rest. Well, great. I'm all for taking a break early in the game. Jump at the right time to avoid... What? What is it? Hugs from the teddy bear? Oh shit, the fire? What the fuck, fairy? You said we'd get to rest! Jumping is not easy. There's a weird delay in the air. Oh shit, they got my bear! I'm 30 seconds into this game and I've already burned my teddy bear alive. I'm so sorry, Snuggles. Ah, Jesus. So it's one of those games where the mechanics are wacky. Look at how they're all immediately respawning and dying right here. Our existence means nothing! Our existence means nothing! Our existence means nothing! What that guy said! Ditto! Look, you don't need me to tell you this game is stupid hard, right? That goes without saying. Yeah, everyone at the circus wants you the fuck dead. You do get weapons that you can scroll through by hitting select, but you quickly run out, and it's a real pain to try to select a weapon or tool when everything is trying to kill you at once. Also, is this racist? Can we just take a quick break to laugh at how funny Tim looks when he's ducking? Have you ever seen a character face up when you duck in a game? Limbo! So I beat the first boss and the game rewarded me with a seizure, I guess. These fucking tightrope walkers! They're so hard to hit! Everyone's hard to hit! The hit detection in this game when you're using your fists sucks. Ah shit, now monkeys! Monkeys are involved! Look at this monkey! He doesn't know what the fuck's going on! And neither do I! Ooh, maybe Jessica's calling me. No! This is just chaos! This is all chaos! Oh, well, fuck me, I'm dead. Wait, game over? That's it? You get one life? Well, no, the intro screen returns, and now there's an option to continue, which will put you at the beginning of whichever level you left off on. That's fine, but the wait in between deaths gets really annoying. Why can't they just give you some in-game lives, too? Now I have a massive fear of dying both in real life and in this game. And there's just no break, man. You just keep going and going while everybody you meet tries to fuck up your shit. Same thing in the game, too. The level 2 boss is Lion-O from Thundercats. And he got me. This is bullshit. If this game's not gonna play fair, then neither am I. It's time to Game Genie this shit. Yeah, that's right. I never said I was above Game Genie. I got a code for invincibility, a level select code. I'm hacking the Circus caper. And I'm dying to know how the Toho monsters are gonna tie into this mess. Oh, these little things can't hurt me. By the way, you can only kill them by kicking them, which involves hitting the punch button and down at the same time. It's not a convenient move. Good thing I'm invincible. And nothing's gonna stop me now! Aw, shit! Bear with me, folks. So now we get to a mini-game with a familiar face. It's Rodan, you guys! It's lots of Rodans in different colors. And you have to knock over as many Rodans as possible in a minute. Well, that's just cruel. Ho! 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 You missed me! Maybe they're plastic Rodans and this is a carny booth. I suppose that makes some sense. Just like being attacked by tiny elephants makes sense. Fucking come here, come here. I'm fucking gonna kick you. I kick you. Come here. We'll just fight this ginger carny now, and BT dubs, the invincibility doesn't work during boss fights. Oh, almost got him. Oh, come on. Come on, give me this. Oh, and half a heart left. Oh my god, my heart is racing. I just need to breathe. Ah, seizure! This game is the stuff of absolute nightmares. I honest to god feel like I'm playing a creepypasta video. And look who I found! It's Godzilla! Just kinda hanging out. How many times will Godzilla... And then it ends. How many times will Godzilla what? Knowing the fairy, it can't be good. How many times will Godzilla prank call my boss while letting the air out of my car tires? Okay, let's see what the rest of this game is. How many times will Godzilla be able to do it? Do what? Do it like sex? Am I about to watch Godzilla do it multiple times? What the fuck is he doing here? Squats! The game is how many squats can Godzilla do in a video game called Circus Caper? Can you imagine how random this must have felt to people who didn't realize Toho made this game? It would be like if I was playing Bubble Bobble and then suddenly Snoopy popped up and started lifting weights. Oh jeez, Godzilla, what did they do to you, man? Take it in, people. Look at your king. Well, at least we get a Tasmanian Devil cameo. Oh wait, he's Bear on the Ball. And then the bear on the ball reveals, oh, the little girl was taken by Mr. Magic. Who could have seen that M. Night Shyamalan twist in the works? You guys, it gets weirder. You fight a kangaroo in a boxing ring, you play some weird game with a tiger, and of course you have to face Mr. Magic. Then you free your sister, who thankfully isn't hurt, but holy shit, they used my kid sister for target and knife throwing. But I didn't cry! Oh, I'm not paying your goddamn therapy bills, Judy. Let's get the fuck out of here. And then this shitty game is over, thank Christ. Alright, now that we made it through that gauntlet, it's time to call Jessica Newmeyer and confess my love. She must be washing her hair. Classic Jessica.
Did you know Godzilla had a real-life funeral in 1995? That's the year Toho released Godzilla vs. Destoroyah in Japan, and it was intended to be the last Godzilla movie. And what better way is there to pump some life into a long-running IP than to announce you're gonna kill it? Hey, I worked for Superman just a few years earlier. Toho began hyping Godzilla's death fast and complimented it with the poster tagline, "Godzilla dies." Spoilers. The news even made it to America, being reported by CNN and the July 16th, 1995 issue of the New York Times. And then, over in Japan, they did it. They held an actual ceremony for the fallen kaiju. And you know what? This isn't even the first time Japan put on a real funeral for a giant monster. In the early 1970s, Tsuburaya was having a slump with their Ultraman franchise and bad luck with filming. So to ward off the bad luck, they held a memorial service for the monsters that were killed in its shows. And they burned the costumes while the Ultra heroes watched. As for the Big G, death didn't stop him long. He returned to theaters just 4 years later with Godzilla 2000. Just goes to show you can't keep a good kaiju down. I'm Sarah, and this has been your Kaiju Quickie.
Monster Island, but
Trick or treat, smell my ass, give me candy.
Ooh, I love your costume. Here's some pennies. Make sure your parents check them before you eat them.
Yay!
And whatever you do, don't go to the old mansion on Elm Street. It's haunted by nutcrackers, you know.
Oh, let's go to the mansion, yay!
Yeah, so I pushed up on this girl and I got her home, man. I said, what? You need to wash your ass.
That was a good story.
What the
hell's wrong with you? I think he's possessed.
Shit. Well, this means we's got to perform a circumcision.
Wait, did you mean an exorcism?
Yeah, that too.
Do you
follow Lord Blundergosh?
All right, step aside. I played a priest once on a daytime soap opera. All right, leave this young man's soul, demon. Be gone. The power of Jesus compels you.
No, not Jesus. Blundergosh.
Oh no, he was possessed by a nutcracker Satan.
All your souls are mine, and your nuts.
Oh, scary, no!
I want to suck your nuts. Nuts. Good.
Ah, Frankenstein, we meet again.
Yo, help me out, dog. He's trying to bite my nuts.
Blah. It's a nutcracker Halloween suite. Why are you all here? We were summoned by an old friend of yours. Oh! It's the ghost of that hipster who tried to kill me.
That's right. Even in the afterlife, I want you dead.
What did I ever do to you anyway?
When I was young, I signed up for the Godzilla fan club. The ad promised me 2 fan newsletters, but you only sent 1. 1!
That's it? That's why you tried to kill me? That's why you're haunting me and my friends?
Yeah, pretty much. And you didn't have to violate my corpse, you know.
So then I'll write you a second newsletter right now. Just leave us alone.
Okay. But also the vampire needs to suck a pair of nuts. Otherwise, he'll never get into heaven.
So, whose nuts will I suck? Thanks for taking one for the team, man.
Don't you ever fucking talk to me again.
Hey, thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, there are many ways to support the channel. The easiest is to just subscribe and hit the notification bell. That's a big help. There's a Patreon, which gives you access to the MIB Discord server and other goodies. And I was invited to join Cameo, so if you want me to shoot you or someone a shout out, you can find me there. There's also a merch store on ZAZZLE and more plushie toys coming soon from Gimme Swag, including Clickbait. And last, there's our ongoing affiliation with Buy.jp. I talk about it a lot because it is an amazing service. I use it all the time to shop from Japanese stores and bid on Japanese auctions. Bai handles the language barriers, the currency exchange, and they get me my goodies from Japan. If you sign up using the link in my description, it supports the channel, and you instantly get 2,000 yen to start your shopping. Even if you don't use the service, make a free account and hook a brother up. But you should use the service. Thanks for sitting through these announcements, cause you're totally dead, right? And enjoy the show. Playtime! Yay! Well, it's spooky season, and that means it's time to start thinking about costumes. Now, you may not know this, but I'm somewhat of a big Godzilla fan. But how can someone like me go as the Big G or his friends for Halloween? I've got you covered with today's video, a guide to official Godzilla costumes and masks that have been released over the years. We won't get to every costume and mask, but we're gonna get to a lot. And I'm gonna start with this talking Godzilla mask by Jakks Pacific, made to coincide with the 2019 release of Godzilla King of the Monsters. It's got straps in the back and a lever to push with your chin to open the mouth. And you really gotta open wide to get the roar going. And if you want to roar with blue lights, open even wider. My jaw is killing me. Now I know how your mom felt. Overall, it's a good mask, a lot of fun, but you'll definitely exercise those facial muscles with this one.
How come you can never give Elsa from Frozen a balloon? Because she would let it go, let it go.
But decades earlier, in 1996, Microgames of America released this Godzilla sound mask, and he is smiling. He's got a strap too and some cushioning, but also an audio cord that connects to this sound box that says Godzilla. It's got 4 sound effects like this roar. This mask is a lot flatter and maybe even a little terrifying. I look like children conjured me up in a campfire story. So let's check out the sounds. This is a stomp, I think. A roar, obviously.
Oh, shots fired! You got me!
And this is the sound you hear when you leave a Macy's but forgot to pay for something. But there's also voice changers.
Hello, I am Godzilla. This is really changing my voice a whole lot, huh? Oh no, they say I got to go. Go, go me. Let's try the other voice. Malfunction, malfunction. R2D2, where are you? You're playing a game, Sydney? Dancing, dancing, dancing on the dancing machine.
Here's a cute Godzilla mask from Japan. It's from 1991 and made by Takara. It's a basic mask, no sounds, no cushions. A stupid long string. This mask would fit around MODOK's head. It's got arms. What a strange feature for a face mask. Now I'm a 4-armed Godzilla. You'll also see that this mask fails to cover my sexy Buzz Lightyear chin. Also, it moves all over the place when I talk.
Talking, this is not fun. Hello? Hello?
Here's another mask from Japan, and so far I'd say it's the best looking Godzilla face yet. It looks good, but it still moves everywhere when I talk, and it gets all unaligned.
Screonk!
Visually, great mask. In practice, not awesome. Speaking of vintage masks, I already did a close look at the Ben Cooper Godzilla costume from the late 1970s, early 1980s. Here's another look, but for a deeper dive, check out my video on this one. Let's talk a little bit about costumes for Godzilla's greatest foe, King Ghidorah. In 1965, to promote the American release of Ghidorah, the 3-headed monster, this King Ghidorah mask was available as a giveaway tool for TV personalities, radio hosts, retailers, and supermarkets. It's a simple piece of cardboard with a strap in the back for the middle head, and it gives you the appearance of having all 3 heads, with the word Ghidorah written twice. Flash forward to 2019 when King Ghidorah returned to American theaters in Godzilla King of the Monsters, and this latex mask became available. It's like 3 heads for the price of 1. When you zoom in, you could see a net on the middle head's throat that allows you to see through, technically making this a King Ghidorah hat if you think about it. But never mind King Ghidorah, can I just be this ripped guy for Halloween? They say the veins on his arms are a perfect roadmap of the New Jersey Turnpike. I have a different licensed King Ghidorah costume from around this time. This Ruby's costume where your arms make the other two heads. Okay, this could work. This is sad. This doesn't work. It looks sad. This mask, it's a mask. The hands have these foam prints on each side, but your human hands can sneak through to hold your beer. Do I look like King Ghidorah? Leave a comment if I look like King Ghidorah. I'm gonna take a Halloween party by storm.
What do you mean you don't know who I'm supposed to be? I'm King Ghidorah. You know, from the popular movie Godzilla King of the Monsters? No, the 2019 one. No, I'm not the dragon from Dragonheart. King Ghidorah, doesn't anybody remember me from Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
There are other costumes from the 2019 film, like what in God's name is this Ruby's Rodan mask? I mean, I guess it looks like Rodan from the movie, but with just this mask and a black t-shirt, will people even connect the dots? Without context, it looks like a sculpture made out of hamburger meat. Mothra fares a little better. I feel like you could tell it's Mothra, or at least a pissed off insectoid. Maybe you could say you're the Mothman. If you don't like this Mothra mask, I want to warn you that it could have been a lot worse. This isn't Mothra, this is the Predator. This guy's eyes are not helping dial down the cringe. He's looking right through the monitor, directly at you, and he's saying, "Tonight, while you're asleep." Look at this Godzilla mask that came a little later. This is an adult Godzilla full overhead mask, and look at this. Yeah, this mask is huge. I look like a bobblehead of Godzilla. I can't get my hoodie over it. This is what MIB looks like in 4K. The inside's roomy, so at least I'm not suffocating. I could hide a beer in here. Although seeing through this thing is not easy. No wonder Godzilla just lumbers around clumsily. But look, it even has some foam inside for comfort. I think the biggest question is, why does the inside of this smell like cinnamon? I bought this brand new and I feel like I'm in a Cinnabon. At least it's not this mask where Godzilla looks like a dolphin. Probably most popular is the inflatable Godzilla costume. It's got this switch box which turns on a fan that keeps your costume inflated like a balloon. You wanna see? Zipping this is a pain to do alone, but I've established multiple times I have no friends. Almost got it. Almost there. Let's turn the box on. Look at me, I'm the Stay Puft Godzilla. There's a lot of room in here. I feel like I could fit a date in this costume, and a fan would keep us both cool while we're doing the hippity-dippity. This is not a graceful costume. I feel like I'm trapped in a balloon. I don't know how it looks from the outside. Do I look like Godzilla? Leave a comment below if I look like Godzilla. I got these big thunder thighs. And a big old tail in the back, of course. This is the kind of costume you wear when you show up to the party, and then you immediately take it off. Like you can't eat or drink or poop or do anything with this on. Let's get it off. Where's the zipper? Oh god, my claustrophobia. I'm trapped! Oh, sweet freedom. I'm in the King of the Monsters inflatable, but there's a slightly different one for Godzilla vs. Kong. Actually, it's surprising how many different inflatable Godzilla costumes there are. Look at this one. It's more the classic Godzilla. I like this one a lot. And here's a children's one, if you want a little Hobbit Godzilla waddling around. Of course, Kong got his own inflatable suit as well. If people say you're dressed as a regular gorilla, be sure to direct their attention to these 3 slashes on the chest. Hopefully then they'll know you're Kong and not think you're a monkey who had a fight with Wolverine. Look at this child Kong costume. It's not bad at all. Maybe in the distance I might mistake it for Chewbacca, but up close, I'd say it's a good Kong costume. This kid's really selling it with these poses. There's also this Kong costume for kids with the open mouth. I prefer the other, but this one's not bad. Here's a Godzilla costume, and maybe you're wondering why it's so small. Well, that's because this costume is for dogs. Yeah, you're up, Andy. It's Poodlezilla. He's got a Godzilla head, which my dog hates, but is only tolerating at the moment because I'm bribing him with cheese. Roar! The body has sleeves for the front paws and a tummy strap. Look at this poodle tail wagging under the Godzilla tail. This is a good costume. It's by Rubies, and it's still available this year. You could argue the next piece isn't a costume but apparel, but then you'd be a pedantic virgin. It's the Godzilla zip-up hoodie, yet another release from Rubies for King of the Monsters. I look like the Gimp from Pulp Fiction. Anyway, if you're not big into costumes, but you want to be Godzilla and also stay warm, here's a hoodie that zips up all the way past your face.
No, I'm not trying to rob you. I just need another beer.
Speaking of staying warm, it's a onesie of Chibi Godzilla. This is the biggest size they had, and it is small and tight. Look at how high the legs are going up. There's also something weird about Chibi Godzilla not being chibi-sized. Here's an adult Godzilla, and it is hot in this one. The back looks great, but the head looks so dopey. This is Dopezilla. Godzilla looks depressed. At least the legs reach and the tail is nice. Let's flash back to the year 1998 when TriStar's Godzilla ruled America, and that means a kid costume. Look at it! The head is a hat, with your face underneath it. I can't. Let's go to the next one. Let's do something more modern. Last year, Super 7 released 3 masks of Toho monsters in the style of the vintage Ben Cooper type masks. They have a vintage vibe, which I love, and great boxes too. I like the Godzilla head, but what I don't love is the inclusion of the neck. It just looks like a neck that goes nowhere. The face is very flat again, which I always think is unfortunate when they need to flatten Godzilla's snout. It's an okay mask, very tight, right on my face. But at least it stays put when I talk.
I can talk and it doesn't move.
Here's the Mechagodzilla mask. In hand, it looks great. Again, there's a neck. I really wish there were no necks. Mechagodzilla is not comfortable to me. It's really pressing on my eyes, which is not a good time. And also, of course, I see everything as red. So, this one's really hurting vision across the board. Of the 3, my favorite is Ghidorah. It looks good and it wears pretty good. Wearing it with clothes, I think I look like a character that would legit appear in Ultraman or Kamen Rider. All 3 masks have color variations, like in this one, Godzilla's head is green. And they also have variations that glow in the dark, which probably look really cool. Again, there's more out there that I'm not going to cover today. Maybe next time. Although, I feel like there was one more Godzilla mask I wanted to go over. You forgot me, you dope! Whoa! It's the channel's original mascot, Godzilla, in a robe with a sailor hat. It's been how many years since we've seen you? Too many! I used to run this channel until your bootleg face popped up. Your face is the classic 1960s Godzilla. Can you see alright? I can't see shit! No wonder you retired. Well, there's that joke for you veteran viewers of the channel. Tell me which mask or costume you liked the best in the comments below. Hey, can you make it rain for the patrons? Yeah, okay. I love Godzilla comic books because they can tell stories we'll likely never see in a live-action film. And they can take chances on ideas that are a little more out there. I love Godzilla comic books because of ideas like Godzilla in Hell. 4 stars! Godzilla in Hell was a 4-issue miniseries published by IDW between July and November of 2015. Then it was collected into a trade paperback in October of 2016. If you buy Godzilla in Hell, you get exactly that. It's not even much of a story besides just Godzilla wandering around the different levels of hell. Every issue of Godzilla in Hell was created by different storytellers. Issue 1 was drawn and conceived by James Stokoe, and of course it's amazing. You guys already know I love Stokoe's work from the Half-Century War, and he just nails it again here. Godzilla wanders around hell, which,
for some reason assumes Godzilla knows how to read, and Godzilla is attacked by waves of people. Literally, waves of people. Probably his own victims. They overwhelm Godzilla, and then from there, things only get weirder. And then issue 2 comes to us from Bob Eggleton, and holy crap, Stelco has met his match. A very descriptive narrative has Godzilla being attacked by his own friends, and wow. I mean, wow. Obviously, the art is striking and realistic, and the idea that Godzilla's version of hell includes being betrayed by his friends kinda gets me a little weepy. Issue 3 is written by Ulysses Farinas and Eric Freitas, and the art's by Buster Moody. It's good, and it's certainly imaginative. I really appreciate some of these out there visuals, even though the art isn't quite as jaw-dropping. Anyway, this issue implies that Godzilla's in hell after a catastrophic fight with Space Godzilla. So even though half the comic is fantasy visuals, the other half is just standard monster vs. monster fare. Issue 4 is written by Brandon Tierfert with art by Ibrahim Mustafa. The art's cool, nothing much going on in this story, but I do love when Godzilla gets impaled. And issue 5 is written and illustrated by Dave Watchter. Godzilla faces off against some flying demons that ultimately devour him. It's pretty cool, I won't spoil how it ends, and I definitely recommend you check it out if you haven't already. I gave the series 4 stars instead of 5 because while I loved most of the visuals, I actually feel like the creative teams could have pushed things a little farther. A story with Godzilla in hell can give us visuals we can never possibly see anywhere else. A Satan ghidorah with tattered wings and he talks. A deformed abomination of a Godzilla with heads growing out of his back. Godzilla in an Inception-style city. I don't know. There's no limits. I mean, they did a fantastic job, but in these 5 issues, there's still too much standard monster vs. monster stuff that we've seen in so many other miniseries. I wish the creative teams challenged their imaginations just a little bit more. On that note, what do you think Godzilla's personal hell would be like? See me, I think Godzilla hates when he has to attack cities. Look, he's pissed off. So what if his hell is an endless city that he keeps trying to destroy, but the buildings keep rebuilding themselves, and he's breathing fire and more fire, and he just can't destroy the whole city? Then he starts shrinking as the city around him gets larger and larger and larger, while he just gets smaller and smaller and weaker and tinier until he's just a little dot on the radar. And then he's naked in his high school classroom.
Number one.
Chiller. Chiller is a 1986...
Number
oh. Sorry, I thought you were done. Okay. You're still going. Good, okay. Chiller. Chiller is a 1986 shooting gallery game published by Exidy. Yeah, you shoot at people while they're being tortured. Oh, and guess what? It didn't do so hot in America because most arcade owners refused to buy it. Can you blame them? I mean, look at this game. The console has 1 gun, although it can go to 2 players in a trade-off mode. And as you can see, the more flesh you shoot off, the more points you can rack up. You gotta shoot really fast, but the gun doesn't lend well to rapid fire. The trigger actually hurt my finger after a while. Look at this game. I heard that if you beat it, Men in Black burst into the arcade and put you in a straitjacket, then drag you to a padded room somewhere. Oh man, you even shoot the dog? That's where I draw the line. Is that a rat humping a corpse? Is it a good idea that I'm murdering so many people in a room where ghosts are a thing? Level 2 is even crazier. You got this poor woman here slowly being devoured by a crocodile. Bunch of guys on these medieval traps. I bet the developer of this game was a real hit with the ladies. By the time you get to level 3, things are less torture-y and more monster-y. Here's the crazy part. Of all the games in this list, this was the only one that was ported to a home console! The Nintendo Entertainment System! Now granted, it was an unlicensed port, and they made some changes to focus more on shooting evil monsters instead of your coworkers. Apparently the Chiller arcade game was successful in third world countries. And look, I'm not saying I don't enjoy me some violent video games, but there's something so often bizarre about the level of gratuitousness in Chiller. I guess they had to make up for the fact that the game itself is pretty dull, not super fun to play. You can find any of these games on MAME and try them for yourself, although if you download Chiller, I can't promise that Homeland Security isn't being notified. The cabinet for Chiller is pretty rare to come across in arcades today, but you can find one in the Galloping Ghost Arcade in Chicago.
In 1981, video game publisher Epix released a game called Crush, Crumble, and Chomp on Atari, Apple II, and TRS-80, with ports later coming to VIC-20 and Commodore 64. There's no Oxford comma in that title, so it's not Crush, Crumble, and Chomp. Technically, it's Crush, Crumble, and Chomp. It was a comedic game where you can choose from 6 different monster types, each with their own abilities and attributes, and destroy major cities. Like here, I'm supposed to be this giant robot. And yeah, this game came out 5 years before the very first Rampage game. You can also choose between 5 objectives and 4 major cities. City maps are big! And as you've no doubt noticed, one of the monsters is a Godzilla parody named Godzilla. And again, for perspective, we are 3 years before the real Godzilla would officially debut in any type of video game. Godzilla came first! I actually find the Godzilla sprite to look a lot like Gorosaurus, but wait until you see the game over screen. All things must pass, O noble monster, and so now must you. Sometimes this game has a subtitle, and it's Crush, Crumble, and Chomp, the movie monster game. And 5 years later, in 1986, Epix would release a spiritual successor simply known as the movie monster game. But no Godzilla this time, because wouldn't you know it, the crazy bastards licensed the true Godzilla. And right away you're gonna notice a tremendous improvement in graphics, and controls have been simplified. Like the previous game, you can choose between monsters, cities, and game modes. Godzilla is the only licensed character, but we sure have some fun knockoffs in here. Most famous is Mr. Meringue, a parody of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters, released 2 years earlier. There's also a giant wasp named Spectra? A blob named Glog, a giant spider named Tarantus, and a robot called Mechatron. It's anyone's guess if there were any plans to license more official characters beyond Godzilla. I honestly don't know, but I do know that Godzilla is front and center in this game. It should have been called Godzilla and the Other Movie Monsters or something. So this game really goes all in on the movie theater motif. The menu looks like a theater marquee, and when you make your selection, you join the audience as the theater curtain rises. This is pretty clever. It's got some ads, and for the special sneak previews, it's showing real Epix games. I'm playing the Commodore 64 emulation, but in the Apple II version, there's also an ad for Godzilla mouthwash. Who would have guessed that decades later, this would sort of come true? Then the story begins with some titles, usually explaining the origin of the monster and the goal of the game you're about to play. When the game is over, you return to this theater room with the text explaining what happened, and then end credits start to roll. The locations you can visit in this game are San Francisco, Tokyo, Paris, London, New York, and Moscow. Let's play with Godzilla on Berserk mode. In this mode, the goal is to destroy as much stuff as possible. And Godzilla looks good, it's a good sprite. Although I find the head bobbing very annoying. Why is he bobbing his head like that? Is Post Malone's Happier song stuck in his head too? By the way, Godzilla doesn't roar in this game, he screams. When you scream, it usually makes people in vehicles stop in their tracks. Do you want to hear Godzilla scream? Yeah, it sounds like somebody farting into a harmonica. It also says Godzilla can breathe fire, and thousands of pedantic Godzilla nerds just had a heart attack. Sorry it doesn't say atomic breath, virgin. Last, you can atomize, which is basically an attack on flying vehicles like helicopters. These are Godzilla's commands, and different monsters have different defenses and attacks. The map feels endless, and giant monsters are slow walkers, so trying to make it somewhere specific feels like a drag. Excuse me, coming through. Excuse me, sorry, beg your pardon. You have an endurance meter which serves as your health bar. Watch what happens when it runs out. That was the most dramatic Godzilla death animation I've ever seen. Oh, you got me! Oh. And look at the epilogue.
There's a thunderous boom as tons of dinosaur meat crash onto the street? So picture the end of Ghostbusters, but instead of pure marshmallow, it's radioactive chunks of meat and blood. That's basically the game. You mix and match monsters, locations, and game modes. Like, you can have Godzilla in New York destroying a land... Oh no. Let's try Destroy Landmark mode as Mr. Meringue. Some say he was cooked up in a bakery near Chernobyl. That's nuts. This game was released the same year Chernobyl exploded. Mr. Meringue spits goo. As you can see, a second proximity meter has been added, so now you can kind of use that to play hot and cold with the landmark you're supposed to destroy. Oh, didn't make it. Never send a marshmallow to do a Glog's job. This game came out in 1986, and just 2 years later, we'd get the Blob remake. And that messed me up as a kid. Glog can't fire any projectiles or anything, but at least he made it to the Statue of Liberty I'm supposed to destroy. If you play the search game mode, like I'm gonna do with Mechatron here, your mission is to find your offspring. Mechatron might make you think of Transformers, but his origin story rides a little closer to Gundam suits, believe it or not. He's also got the longest story. Geez, someone here is trying to use this game to pitch their screenplay. Gotta say, Mechatron is my least favorite looking of the bunch, but at least he can fire a laser. When you play this mode as Godzilla, there's no mention of the offspring being Manila or anything. It's just a generic, smaller Godzilla. Spectra looks like a flying dildo. This is escape mode now, where you have to escape the city before dying. Hey, the Wasp can lift up and fly over the city. Maybe I can just fly out of here. Nope. The last mode is Lunch mode, which we'll play as Tarantus in Moscow. In this mode, you have to eat things until your hunger meter is depleted. The Tarantus walking animation is very well done. He can spit a web, but it kind of just dribbles out all sad, like when I pee. I need to point out that a lot of the game's humor is in the writing, both in-game and in the instruction manual. And I like its satirical tone. Here's where you'll also find references to other famous movie monsters, including Rodan and Ghidorah the three-headed monster. Playing the movie monster game is pretty fun, but I can't say it's like lasting fun. I don't see anyone playing this for hours and hours. It's a shame it doesn't have a multiplayer mode, which was a criticism it got when it actually came out. Still, it's a game worth checking out for Godzilla fans or fans of big monster movies in general. 3 stars! The game looks good. It functions as it should. It has nice touches, like how the monsters lower when they're walking in the water. And any game where you can make Godzilla moonwalk can't be that bad. The Movie Monster game was the last of those first Godzilla games on early systems like Commodore 64, Apple II, MSX, FM7, R2-D2, that stuff. The next Godzilla game would come 3 years later in 1989, and it would be Monster of Monsters on the NES, ushering in a new era of Godzilla video games. But let me know what you think of the Movie Monster game. Is it time for the return?
Happy Halloween! Oh, hey, it's me, MIB. I didn't mean to scare you. Here in the MI basement, we're having ourselves a little bit of a Halloween party. Absolutely! For tonight, I've chosen some videos that might fit well with a Halloween theme. Thra isn't one of them. And we're just happy to have you all here as we watch these together and have ourselves a... Where's that door? What door? That door right there, to my right. What is that door? Where's that go? Oh, that's always been there, right? Where's it go? Why don't you open it and see? I don't know. No, it's weird because at this point in time, it could literally be anything. What are you afraid of? Crickets. Basement crickets. When you open the door, you will be washed over in a pool of blood. Blood. Thin as water. Red as blood. Washing out like in that scene in The Shining. Blood. What if I opened that door and the boiler is there? Yeah, but what if you open the door and a boiled man is there? Ah! Boiled in his own blood. What if you open the door and there's nothing? Nothing? Yeah, like nothing. Just like a big void in time and space? Just absolutely nothing! It was all just black. But that's something! It's nothing! I don't even... How do you picture... white? No! It's nothing! I can't wrap my head around that very concept. So what do you think? You gonna open that door or what? I don't know, because unlike you, who's stuck on nothing, I think it could be anything. And that's like the exact opposite of nothing. Because anything is everything. Everything possible is on the other side of that door. And everything impossible. What if I open the door and it's a wolf man I didn't know was squatting in my house? Or it could be a giant bowl of Cheerios, which will make my property smell like oats forever. If you open that door, I'll pay you $100 right here, right now. Is that the $100 I paid you for doing this show? Yep. Well, I feel bad. No, you can have it. It's worth it. If I'm right, you're gonna open that door and it's gonna be absolutely, positively nothing. Fine, I'm opening it. It's stuck. It's jammed. And I'm gonna just charge right through it. I don't give a darn. But listen, have a safe Halloween. Okay? Stay safe. And check your candies. I'm gonna go see what's through this door now.
Oh no, what's going on here?
I don't understand.
Oh, well, I guess that's something.
Huh.
Playtime! Yay! It's Halloween in June! If you need a refresher, Ben Cooper was a company known mostly for their Halloween costumes from the 1930s all the way to the late 1980s. These are the costumes my generation grew up with. Look, that's me, a Ben Cooper Mickey Mouse. I'm Ben Cooper Mickey Mouse. In 2024, NECA introduced a new toy line featuring children wearing classic Ben Cooper Halloween costumes. It started with some classic movie monsters, and since then they've released DC heroes, and even modern characters who've never actually had a Ben Cooper costume. The moment NECA started this, I was hoping and praying they'd do a figure based on the infamous Ben Cooper Godzilla costume. I did a whole video on it in the early days of Playtime. And now, in 2025, it has happened. Godzilla has joined Series 7 of the NECA Ben Cooper toy line, alongside the likes of Jaws, Planet of the Apes, The Fly, and Tarman. An action figure of someone wearing the Ben Cooper Halloween costume is the stuff of dreams for a guy like me, but as we collectors are learning, lately anything is possible. So let's check out a toy of a boy dressed like Godzilla. The box is about 7 inches high, the guy inside is 5.5 inches. Now, the actual Ben Cooper Godzilla costume came in a few different boxes. The one I own happens to say Famous Faces. But there was a box that featured art of Godzilla, and that's what this box pays homage to. And it is a slam dunk. They're using the exact Godzilla art, the logos, the background. It is the perfect representation. And there's more of this art on the side of the box. But I like this up on the top. This box here with the size looks very similar to the size box you'd see on a Ben Cooper box. Definitely save the box. It is just perfect. If you remember when I did my video on the Ben Cooper Halloween costume, you'll recall that I had a lot of fun with this weird list of notes on the back. Well, they're not on the NECA box. Instead, we have a promotional photo of the figure. So how am I gonna know if this is flammable or not? At a glance, this looks like a perfect recreation of the costume, but let's take a closer look to see. Something about this looks scary, which is weird because this is not a scary costume in real life. Ooh, silica gel. Can I eat it? Oh, do not eat. There's the mask with Godzilla's horns and awkward teeth and little fireballs. It's a pretty perfect recreation. The only thing missing is these black scale lines all over the real mask. I didn't even notice it was missing until I was looking at them side by side. Another slight difference, on the toy, the front snout protrudes just a smidge more than the actual mask does. The real mask is very flat, pretty much like all these Ben Cooper masks. On the toy, the snout's coming out a little more. The kid under the mask is doing some intense side-eyeing. Who's under there? The mask doesn't come off, of course, but I really wonder what's under there on this toy. The kid kinda has my hair, so I really like that. But look at this, the string in the back is tied in a knot. That's not how these Ben Cooper masks work. They had that stupid string stapled to the sides of the mask. Even if your string snapped, you probably wouldn't tie it together in the back like this. Boo! Boo to this figure! But the big thing that's always stood out to me about these toys is the fabric they use for the costume smoks. It's not vinyl like the real costumes, but the material they use really mimics the look and the shine of the real thing. This looks like a shrunken Ben Cooper costume. Now, there are at least 2 Ben Cooper Godzilla costume variations. I have this one that has these little yellow scales all around the top part, and there's another version that doesn't have those same scales, but instead sort of these particles. Another variation is that sometimes the costume has the full Godzilla King of the Monsters logo, and sometimes it just says Godzilla. The NECA toy is based on the version that has just Godzilla, with the yellow scales on the top. Also on my costume, the entire back is red like the pants, while on the NECA figure, the back of the shirt is yellow. Psh! Also, it has a Velcro opening? Oh, it's removable? Why? Wait a minute, can the kids change costumes? What? It doesn't really go past the shoes, but I'm gonna put this costume back on before I wind up on a list somewhere. My complaint is the feet. They bend inwards, and you really can't correct that because there's a weird ball joint for an ankle, and it wants the toes to face any direction except forward. Because of this, the figure does not easily stand without some work. Talk and articulation, the head can move. The shoulders go up and out. And he bends at the elbows. The wrists turn. Midway down the body is a spot you could twist. And the legs can move. The knees bend. And there are those weird ankles I was telling you about a moment ago. Pay attention! It is easy to make him sit, and he looks good in that pose. And you could do other basic positions. All of these figures come with a little trick-or-treat bag or bucket or whatever. Godzilla's got the bag here. Has some cool vintage art on the side. Goes in his hand real easy. Size comparisons, I put him next to a Super 7 Godzilla reaction figure, a little finger figure, and Chibi Godzilla. There he is next to a Mezco 112 Cyclops, just to show that the kid is not 112. We got a Haya 1991 Godzilla, an Imperial Godzilla, and a Weirdy Wiggly. What? Bonus time! In addition to costumes, Ben Cooper made a Godzilla figure. These had their own Godzilla art on the box. Ben Cooper sure loved giving Godzilla those terrifying red eyes. And each Wiggly came with a tag wrapped around its neck and going into its mouth and through its head. Ew. Ben Cooper used to sell other characters like this and called them jigglers. One of the classic jigglers was this sort of T-Rex. Yeah, when it came time to make Godzilla, they basically tore off the T-Rex horn and called it a day. Anyway, there's a fun tangent for you. If there's anything this toy does wrong, it's that it somehow makes the costume actually look threatening. I mean, like, I feel like I'm looking at Sam from Trick or Treat. This is like, he's gonna get stabby. There are hundreds of Ben Cooper costumes across decades. NECA will never run out of ideas for this toy line. I hope one day they do the King Kong costume so I can match these two figures up. NECA Godzilla will begin popping up around fall. Tell me what you think. Will you pick them up? And what costume do you hope NECA does next? Now I want someone to make an action figure out of my inflatable Godzilla costume. And whatever the hell this is. What is this? I don't care. I want a toy of it. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. I am MIB. I dabble in Godzilla. I have a whole YouTube channel, and a lot of things I talk about I purchased through the service Buyee. It's not like the other sponsorships on YouTube. You know for a fact how much of a video library of mine is possible because I was able to buy things from Japan through the proxy service Buyee. Without Buyee, there's no video on Little Goji or Godzillaland. What about Godzilla fashion? Japanese Godzilla video games? No ROMs here. Get me the real thing. Click the link below and start a free Buyee account. Buyee will give you 2,000 yen of free money. If you want, treat yourself. Buyee handles money conversion, translations, item storage. It's all so easy and intuitive. And it's like a Kaiju convention every single day. Thank you, Buyee. Click the link below. It helps the channel. So does liking and subscribing. But you don't get paid for that one. What? I'm being honest. Enjoy.
Monster Island blah. Hey, Rudy, what you got there? Oh, it's Halloween pasta. What's so Halloween about it? It's creepy. Creepy pasta. On another subject, have you seen Jet anywhere? He had to take another job to save money to buy an engagement ring for Mogira. What the hell, man? You could have just said that. Why did you yell it at me? Halloween.
Okay, so here are the keys. Do you remember everything you have to do?
You won't regret hiring me. I'll be the best security guard this arcade's ever had.
Just as long as you keep the teenagers out. They like to break in and have sex on the pinball machines.
Is there anything else I need to know?
No, you're pretty caught up. Just make sure you change the open sign. Make sure the bathroom toilets aren't running.
Yeah.
And, sometimes at night the animatronics come to life and skin you alive. It's just something they do. It's a weird malfunction. But I don't think they'll go after robots like you. They mostly go after the teenagers having sex on the pinball machines. Well, good luck.
Just standing around a dark, empty arcade. Keeping watch. Yep. Nothing creepy about this place. Couple of health code violations, but nothing creepy. Oh shit! What's that? Hello? Hello? Oh, hey there. Are you lost, buddy? The arcade's closed. Hey.
Man, this book is scary. I can't believe they couldn't tell that dog was a rat. Jesus, Rhodey! You know I got a weak ticker? Ha ha ha! Happy Halloween! I had no idea you were such a Halloween enthusiast. Come on, let's go play more pranks. Oh, I know just the person to go scare.
It's true! The animatronics are alive, and they're trying to skin me!
Wait, hold up. Jet Jaguar? Is that you?
What? Freddy?
Oh no, stop it! You guys, it's okay, it's not a human. That's a robot, Jet Jaguar.
Oh my god, Freddy! Why were you gonna skin me alive?
It's just something we do when we get bored around here.
Freddy, exactly how do you know this robot?
Oh, Jet? Believe it or not, he used to be in my animatronic band, back when we played Chuck E. Cheese.
We mostly specialized in customized birthday songs.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Steven. It's your special day.
Happy birthday, Steven. I hope you like to play. Good times.
What are you doing working here?
Oh, I'm the security guard.
Security guard?
Jet, I'm so glad you're here. Our problems are over.
Problems?
Yep. This place has been going out of business. But with you here, we can get the band back together. You know we always pack the house.
Nah, I can't do that again. I'm just happy being a security guard.
Oh, no, you don't understand something, Jet. I'm not asking you.
Oh, this took a turn.
Alright. Jesus. How many damn generators are in this game? Right. Yeah, I know, lady. I got this.
Oh, it's just you, Dad. I got you. No, I was alright. Bullshit, boy! I made you spit fire. Oh, yeah.
What? Is something going on behind me? What is it? I can't look what happened.
Hey, I just got a text from Jet. He says he needs us to go to the old arcade and save him. Oh, a Halloween adventure. Jet? Jet, are you in here? I just saw two teenagers having sex on a pinball machine. I'm gonna go back and watch. Wait, Rhodey. Who is you? Who said that? Who are you? Who are you? Nice try, Rhodey. I'm not falling for that. Who are you?
Oh, wait, no, it's okay. This is my friend Godzilla. I called him here, to be our audience. Yeah, while we test our new material.
Say what? You want to perform new material right now? With me?
Yes?
New material? Alright, let's do it!
Wait, so am I rescuing you or what?
Godzilla, shut up!
Here comes Rodan! Take that! Get the fuck away from him! Alright, a brawl! Rhodey, are you playing pinball? I gotta beat my high score!
Man, these things are really resilient. Now why don't you stay down?
Well, that's the last of them. Rhodey, how did you know these guys were bad guys? I didn't. Happy Halloween!
Whoa, Jet. Not cool.
Freddy, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna stay here and be in your band. You're just gonna have to keep skinning teenagers, I guess.
Jet, I hate that this had to happen. Alright, boys. Throw them in the pipe.
Ooh, we're gonna smoke a pipe? Oh, wait, what are you doing? You can't do this.
You're right, Jet. I can't force you to be in my band. And even if I did, the songs wouldn't sound as sweet. But I can't have you alive after what you saw tonight. So I gotta throw you somewhere else. The pipe! You see, this very arcade was built on a very weak section of space and time. Reality tore like a tissue, creating a gateway into a neighboring dimension.
Another dimension?
You're gonna throw us into another dimension?
No, don't do this! It's Halloween! It's past midnight, you moron. It's November 1st. No! Ah! Oh
no! Yeah. We're gonna do a really fast Monster Island mailbag, and then we're gonna go trick-or-treating. Ibra, put on your costume.
No.
Go put on your costume.
I don't wanna.
Come on.
Okay.
Godzilla vs. Mothra, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, Godzilla vs. Cleveland? This started in the mid-1980s when screenwriter Dana Olson was shopping his script around for a kaiju comedy called It Ate Cleveland. He wound up with Cannon, a production company known for films like Missing in Action, Death Wish 2, and Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. The story goes that Cannon liked Olson's pitch, but the Cannon co-owner insisted it be renamed Godzilla vs. Cleveland, perhaps under the misconception that Godzilla was public domain. Magazine ads were placed for Godzilla vs. Cleveland, complete with Godzilla wearing sneakers. These ads were placed to attract financial backers, but according to Dana Olson, Toho's lawyers came knocking practically the very next day. In the late 1980s, the project was resurrected with its original title, and the poster art changed. Godzilla was replaced by a generic dinosaur wearing boxer gloves.
Huge, green and hot-tempered, he emerged from the depths of Lake Erie, eating everything in sight. He made you melt just being near him. It ate Cleveland, a man-eater and a lady killer.
But the film was still ultimately unmade. Dana Olson went on to write The Burbs, George of the Jungle, and Inspector Gadget. A full draft of his script for It Ate Cleveland from 1984 can be found online. I'm MIB, and this has been your Kaiju Quickie. Godzilla, Monster of Monsters. This is a 1988 side-scrolling game for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It's not the first official Godzilla video game ever made. That honor belongs to this MSX game, Godzilla vs. 3 Giant Monsters. But Monster of Monsters is the first Godzilla video game to become so widely available, as the Nintendo Entertainment System was in the middle of redefining the home console market. I have to start this review by telling you that I have no personal nostalgic connection to this game. I didn't own it as a kid, I didn't grow up playing it. I can only review this based on my experience playing it as an adult. Now that said, Jesus, why won't my phone stop ringing? Have you guys noticed how often my goddamn phone interrupts my reviews? Ugh, it's my former therapist, Dr. Wozniak. I haven't been to this guy in over a year, but he still calls me non-stop. Ignore! Sorry. Anyway, what does Monster of Monsters even mean? Am I the man of men? Well, I guess I am, but you also have to— What the fuck?! That's it, I've had enough. What?
Hi, this is Cheryl Wozniak. I think you were a former patient of my husband.
Yeah?
He disappeared a little over a year ago, and I opened a missing persons case with the police department, but they haven't come up with a single thing, so I'm calling all of his former patients, and I'm wondering if you might know where my husband is. Hello? Hello, are you there? Please, Craig, if you know any—
I think I did a really bad thing. So we start the game with the Big G standing behind his name. Oh shit, never mind. Now he's in front of his name. He looks like he's adjusting the eye. Goddamn thing keeps getting crooked. When you hit start, you can make a new game or continue your last game. Or you can pass on the word game. Let's start with the story. In some unknown year, the Earth receives a Basically, the Zillions of Planet X have declared war with Earth, and they send space monsters after us. But Godzilla and Mothra travel to each planet in our solar system to stop this invasion and protect the Earth. We start on the Earth and then go to this level map, which resembles something you might see in a strategy game. You move Godzilla and Mothra across the honeycombs and play short side-scrolling levels on your way toward advancing through each planet. That's odd. I don't remember renting a movie called Play Me. Let's just check what this might be.
Okay, so hopefully I'm talking to MIB. My name is Craig Hornberger. You've been talking about me on your video game show a lot. You say we went to high school together, I married your high school sweetheart, you're bad-mouthing me, but we need to forget all of that right now because we're both in serious danger.
Boring! Let's start with the good. These sprites look great. They're very detailed and textured for 8-bit, and it's impressive. I'm not sure why Baragon's looking right at me like I drank all of his goddamn milk and left an empty carton in the fridge, but whatever. Godzilla controls well. He's got his basic moves, including his atomic breath. Not much to say there. Wait, they said this was Earth, but I feel like that's Earth behind Godzilla. Where the hell am I then? But then we get to the gameplay, and look, I've mentioned this before. I don't prefer the games where you're constantly being attacked by an onslaught of small military vehicles and most hits are unavoidable. I mean, look at this. There are things coming at me every which way, and there's no way to avoid it. I'm just a giant target. It's not that the game's impossible, it's very playable, but I don't find this challenging as much as I just find it annoying. Unfortunately, being attacked by a tiny military is a staple of Godzilla side-scrollers. You see it in the Game Boy game, the arcade game, even that shitty DS game. And yeah, on paper it makes a lot of sense to have Godzilla fight an army. But why not have more than just that? I've always thought a good Godzilla side-scroller would have some military, other monsters, and at the same time be a little like Rampage, where you need to destroy a hell of a lot of buildings and things for power-ups. I guess I'm talking about more of like a 2D version of Godzilla vs.
NECA, we need to talk about our love child.
Hey look, if I play as Mothra, I can just fly right over all the bullshit. She can shoot meatballs, but they're so short range they don't even reach the end of the screen. And oh man, whenever I do her special move, I get all sorts of lag issues with my game. This is still better than Godzilla though. I wonder why I always hear that people hate playing as Oh, that's why. Yeah, when she takes a hit, she falls to the bottom left of the screen, and that's really annoying. Oh, I feel like this is a bad idea. Well, let's see.
Sometimes you lose track of this, so I'm going to remind you. You suffer from dissociative identity disorder. In other words, you have multiple personalities. The girl you think I married, she's one of those personalities. And me, I'm another. I'm you. We're the same person.
What?
At one point, we had 23 unique personalities. And the worst part? We somehow lost track of who the real one is. But I know it's not me, and I know it's not you. A YouTuber named MIB who reviews Godzilla video games? Yeah, you're just another manufactured personality by some guy with deep mental issues. A guy who doesn't even like Godzilla.
Hey, fuck you, pal. Everybody likes Godzilla. Let's just ignore all that and play our game. You gotta hand it to this game. They really pulled out some obscure kaiju. Like Varan? Ghidorah? It's really cool that they use these monsters from other Toho movies. Will you fight the enemy? Yes. Will you fight Ghidorah? Bitch, did I stutter? While, again, the characters look great, couldn't they spring for a background during the monster fights? Any type of background? It's just black! Also, I find these monster fights tedious. I can't get on the other side of them, can't really block. Plus, there's a time limit. The different planets mix up the backgrounds okay, although there are certainly situations where your character can start getting a little lost in the environment. Like here, Godzilla's getting a little hard to see. Also, do you remember that part in Star Wars where Godzilla casually strolled down the Death Star trench? Because you're looking at it right now. That joke wasn't funny. None of these jokes are funny. It's because I'm distracted by this damn tape! Ah!
There's a particular personality that's troublesome. I'm not sure where he came from. I think he comes from somewhere else entirely. He's like a parasite. He feeds on human consciousness. Someone with multiple personalities like you and me, we're like a buffet to him. Sometimes he takes over our body and does some heinous stuff. Sometimes when he's not in control, he could still manipulate our brain so we see or don't see certain things. Remember when I said we were once 23 unique personalities? He consumed all of the others. They're all gone, including Jessica. It's just down to me, you, and him. If he consumes you and I, it's over. I think you already know his name. His name is Mr. Pockets.
It's true. Now that I'm hearing him say it, it feels right. I can see it now. It's true. I don't belong in this body. I don't even know what my real name is. Also, am I married? I feel like the real me is married. What's happening? Hornburger! Hornburger, what happened? Hornburger!
Hamburger, although he was quite delicious. It's just you and I now, MIB. I saved you for last because you're my favorite. I've enjoyed putting little edits into your videos, but I get so hungry.
Wait, has that guy been putting edits into my videos before I publish them? That's fucked up. Anyway, Monster of Monsters is very low on my list of Godzilla games I enjoy revisiting. I know it has its fans, but for me personally, at best, it's only worth 2 stars! Anyway, I'd better start talking about the creepypasta now before my comment section explodes in anger. For anyone who doesn't know, a creepypasta is kind of like an urban legend. They're gruesome, scary tales that are passed around on the internet, sometimes involving a supernatural force. Like modern campfire stories meant to disturb you and make you question if they're actually real. Slender Man is probably one of the most popular examples of a creepypasta. There's a very popular creepypasta associated with this game. It was written by a user identified as CosbyDaff. Oh, that's an unfortunate moniker. This story involves a strange occurrence that took place while a guy named Zach was playing Monster of Monsters, and it included glitches, appearances by newer monsters who weren't around when this game was made, and an original evil force known only as Red. This creepypasta is a long one. You can read all 8 chapters in the link below. Or you can have it read to you by my friend Goji73, also linked below. I think the story is... it's well written. It has some twists and turns. I appreciate the visual component. I think it's a good narrative, but personally, I never loved it as an actual creepypasta. But this is because my personal preferences are the very short creepypastas. I happen to think that in this genre, less is more. Let the reader's own fear and imagination fill in the blanks. If this creepypasta were just, I played Godzilla, it started glitching, a new boss appeared and said my name, and the cartridge melted. Let me know if yours does the same. I mean, to me, that's good enough. And in that example, it would also have more of an aspect that affects me, rather than being entirely someone else's experience. This creepypasta has kept Monster of Monsters relevant in a way that the game alone never possibly could. It's a huge part of why you guys have requested this game so much. Well, I acknowledged it now, so hopefully we can just... Jesus, what the fuck? Is someone upstairs? Hello? I gotta go look at this. Hello? Is somebody here? I am definitely having one weird night. I think... Shit. Ah! Fuck that shit! Holy shit, that was Red! From the fucking creepypasta! Was that thing really here? No, that was Mr. Pockets. He's just fucking with me. Wait, what the fuck is that? What is that?
Hello viewers, welcome to my review show. I'm Mr. Pockets, and I'm back in control. MIB is deep down right now, trapped, waiting to be consumed. After that, maybe I'll float to one of your homes. Maybe I'll take residence inside your head. Maybe I'll snack on your consciousness. It was fun being here, but now I'm afraid the show must end. I give this final video game review. I enjoyed our time together. Now, I must eat.
And that's where that tape ended. I didn't get this on video, but I was able to suppress Mr. Pockets back down with a brilliant last-minute maneuver. Anyways, it looks like everything can go back to normal around here. I've got lots of Godzilla games to review still, and other games too, like Gamera, Gundam, lots of good stuff. Plus, no more multiple personality disorder. Yeah, it looks like I'm cured now since Mr. Pockets ate all the other personalities. So I'll just live here in this basement, drink, not pay taxes, and make Godzilla videos. I have no idea who pays for this house. And I really feel like I have a wife.